What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner. Today I'm going to show you what's quickly become one of my favorite pieces of equipment. I got this about 2 months ago. This is the Iray Rh25. If you're not familiar with that, it is a thermal monocular and there is so much technology packed into this little unit. But this is it right here. It comes in flat dark earth, which is very cool. I love flat dark earth here in the desert. And yeah, this thing has so much power behind it. This is a thermal monocular that can be used as a handheld. It can go helmet mounted. It can be clipped on in front of an optic or behind an optic on your rifle. It can be a standalone optic. It comes with a rifle mount in the pack right here. So you can direct mount it to a rifle. It has recoil reducing technology in there. So you can run this on a 308 and it has 7 built-in reticles. It has 4 different color modes. It's just crazy. It's got a compass, it's got pictures, video recording. It is crazy. It comes with a book for an owner's manual, and you do need to read it to really understand this whole little unit. So, because you only have 3 buttons, so you have to work all those features with just 3 buttons, and that has been a little bit of a process to learn. I'm getting better with it every single time I bring it out. But again, I've only had this for about 2 months. In 2 months, I've only been using it as a handheld. I haven't mounted it on any guns yet, other than for cool Instagram pictures. And you do need to buy some mounts to do that. So it does come with this direct mount, which I have not put on there. But yeah, this is what it comes with out of the box. And what you can do is you can buy this pick rail mount right here. So it's a pick rail plus a dovetail you can mount it on a helmet, but you need a specialized mount just to mount it for night vision use. And yeah, it comes with a charger, it comes with a cable to hook this up to your computer. You cannot look at the pictures or videos in the unit, but you can do a lot of other crazy things with this. So I can't show you like all the menu options on here because you can only record when there's no menu showing. And it's kind of hard to show you recording through it, but I'm going to show you all the footage I've been recording these last couple weeks through it. And again, I haven't mounted it on a gun or shot with it on a gun. It has just been handheld, but it is still insanely cool. And if you're trying to figure out where this would fit for you in your collection, because I mean, this costs more than most guns out there. This for me is, well, one, I already have a lot of guns. I'm a big time gun collector. I watched Grand Thumb's video on his airsoft event. Like, I think that was almost 2 years ago now, or maybe a year ago. But he talked about this unit and showed it in that video, and I thought it was crazy. I believe he used this or the MH25. The MH25 is just a step below, and I am not a thermal expert at all. Like, there is so much out there, and there's new stuff all the time. I only have experience with this one unit, but I did choose to buy it because I watched Grand Thumb's video, so, you know, there's that. But this is just, there's so much technology packed into this, and I would recommend it if you're trying to look into thermal. They are a little pricey. They're around $5,000, but again, nothing is fair. If you want to have an unfair advantage, that's what it takes. Let me show you guys some of the footage that we've gotten with it. Before I do that, I'll show you it's got 2 batteries, it's got the portable charger, it's got the cable to hook it up to your computer. Again, it's got this owner's manual, which I highly recommend reading, and you can read this online before you buy it if you want to. And yeah, it just comes with this cap. It comes with a shorter cap right here. And right now I'll pop up a picture of it on my Scar 17. I haven't shot with it on the Scar, I just used it for a picture. I do want to shoot with this on a gun. I think my end goal setup as of right now, just playing with it, would be on like a URGI AR-556 with a 1:6 on there. It says it should not go on anything higher than a 6 power, otherwise it's not as usable. But this in front of a 1:6 would be very cool. Also a standalone optic by itself would be kind of cool. But that's going to take a lot of time for me to build up the hours on this thing. I don't think I could give a full, you know, this is amazing review based off of just the 2 months I've had it. So just take that for what it is. But internally, I mean, the camera on this is cool. The video graphics are very cool. I've posted a couple videos with it so far, but I'm going to show you guys a lot of the footage that I've gotten over the last 2 months. So let's get into that. So here I am testing my Iray for the very first time. This is out in the desert. It's like 10 o'clock at night. There was no moonlight, so it's pretty cloudy. We were testing out some thermal E-Cody over my night vision, which was very cool. I have a whole video on that. And I also showed some of this footage in that video, but I was testing to see how far out the E-Cody could find me, and then we did it with this. Right around here, I'm close to 200 yards out, but look up the mountain. You can see clear as day. This is me at 200 yards. You can see clear as day, cactus, bushes, rocks. It is so clear. Like, it was insane. It's still insane. I mean, this is filmed through the Iray by itself. Like, this isn't my phone filming through it. This is the Iray filming on its internal hard drive. And it is so crystal clear. This is the white hot. Again, there's 4 settings. We're about to do color mode. So this is just color. This is me filming my friends pretty close. I don't have a lot of time on this setting yet, but it's pretty cool. It's basically predator vision. Next up, we're gonna see a helicopter that was flying over my house. So this is a police helicopter flying over my house. This is in the white thermal. I mean, it's pretty high up there, but the Iray makes it look a lot closer. And like you can see the wings pretty clearly. You cannot see any type of lights through thermal at all. So I mean, that thing had a floodlight on, it's got flashing lights on. That's one thing about thermal. This is red hot. So there's white hot, red hot, black hot, and color, but this is red hot. But yeah, you cannot see any lights through thermal at all. So just something to be aware of. Night vision, you can see lights very clearly. They're actually extremely bright, whether they're IR or white light. Thermal does not see lights, it only sees heat. So something to think about. The next one we do is color mode. I don't know how I feel about color mode for this. I mean, it's bright, but you see, you get a lot of like just different colors in this in the frame. You got pink and blue. I don't know what differentiates the color, but if you kind of go back a little bit, you can see there's a dark shadow on the left side during all the filming of this. I don't know why it was there, but it's not there in the next footage. This is pouring rain outside of my house. You could see the trees. I was trying to see how clear it could actually show the rain. This is on my back patio, and it focuses like a camera. So you can either focus like kind of far away at that tree, or I've zoomed in closer on my patio. You could see the water drops hitting the ground or just barely hanging, like coming off the patio, but you can't see it falling in the air. So I don't know if you would need that for thermal, just another, talking point on it. But it adjusts pretty clearly, but you have to manually adjust to what you're aiming at. This is our campsite from a weekend ago. Yes, my buddy flew his helicopter out, but this is our campsite. So there's a helicopter, guys walking around. I mean, it differentiates the vehicles, the people. You can see the vehicles are cold because they hadn't been running for a few hours. If they're running, they're white hot. But that's the helicopter. We'll get a closer view. So up close on the helicopter, the detail in it is very clear. I mean, as long as there's some type of heat gradient, it is very clear as far as detail goes. He did have his tail wing numbers on there that you couldn't see because they weren't any different shade of heat. So yeah, there's numbers and letters on there that you can't see. This is him starting it up, and you see once the exhaust is going, it kind of like lightened the whole screen. But he's starting up the helicopter right here. It cannot see through glass, as you can tell, because he's sitting right in the cockpit. You can't see through glass with thermal. Right here, he's about to take off. It's kind of crazy to see the exhaust on a helicopter. I've never seen it in this way before. But he's taking off. You can't see him through it. But other than that, I mean, it's crystal clear. I mean, this thing will spot vehicles. It can see people clear as day when they're actually standing outside. But just the crystal clarity on what is meant to be like either a hunting optic or just a rifle optic, like that is so crystal clear. I mean, I would hope so for the price, but there are things that are less expensive and more expensive that don't do it as good. This is the same helicopter. I just kind of put it in black hot to see, and this got pretty far out there. And you have 3 different magnification settings. This is later that night. I mean, it's like midnight here. I found a little kangaroo rat. At first I thought it was just a rock, but I'm like, why is it hot? And then it started moving. So I got really close to this kangaroo rat. Normally if you shine a light at a rodent and you get close, they run away. But just being in pitch black with thermal, he let me get pretty close to him. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, whoa, I didn't think I would see any rats out tonight. I mean, it was like 40 degrees. So I got really close to him. In a sec, I'll kind of scroll up to the cactus in front of me. There's also a tree that has a really hot spot in like the center, but it kind of looked weird because not all trees had that same hot spot. So you see it right there to the left. That tree has a hot spot right in the middle, and then those cactus are bright. This is the next morning. That's a target at 150 yards. We'll do 300 yards next. But look at how easy it can spot all these. That's 300 yards, and then we're going to go to 600 right after this. So that little white hill is 600 yards. There was like 4 targets there, but you can't see them very good. I mean, if there was a group of people, you might be able to see them, but that was steel targets. And then to the right over here, there's a vehicle with people shooting at the other mountain, and they're maybe 1,300-ish yards, but there was 2 vehicles there. You can see it clear as day. I'm about to do a speed run on the same thing. The speed run was just to see how fast I could find everything, so it's about to happen right now. So that's our campsite, 150 yards-ish. There is those people that were shooting, maybe 1,200-ish yards. This steel at like 150-ish yards. Then the 300 yards. But look at how fast I can zoom out and quickly find my lay of the land and then zoom back in. So fast to spot people. These are my buddies shooting right next to me. We're on top of a hill. Here's the campsite. Here is another group of people shooting over there. There was only 1 vehicle. So you can't spot people at like 1,300 yards very easily, but you could spot vehicles. My friend was flying his drone above us. We're about to get into some shooting. So they were doing some long range shooting. My buddy's got a M4A1 here. He's running a dead air Sandman with a Manta cover. That Manta cover really dissipated the heat well, or it wouldn't even dissipate, it contains it, but it keeps it cool to the touch. And then this is Forbidden Popsicle on a 308. You can see like it was like, it's like that TV or when your leg falls asleep, that's what it looks like. But then the Manta cover was doing pretty good. Pros and cons of that, it'll keep the heat in so you don't get mirage, but it keeps the heat in so your can could get a more abuse if you really are rough with it. Because letting them cool down is actually good, but if you're shooting fast, it takes a minute for them to cool down. But this is color. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, you can see the barrel, the can, the cover. He shoots right here, and you'll see the brass eject, and then I look for the brass. The color mode, it kind of tries to focus on something I can see. So when I move to him, it focuses on him. When I move here, it's trying to find it. You can see cool brass, and then you can see the freshly hot spent brass. This is white hot. And you can see suppressor covers do work at like containing the heat, getting rid of that heat mirage. The other AR in the background is about to lose that cover. But you can see, I mean, the suppressor cover does its job aside from falling off. It just wasn't tight enough. But it really does contain that heat so you don't get heat mirage. This is me putting my hand on my buddy's M4A1 suppressor cover. I mean, he just dumped a whole mag worth through it. I was focused a little bit further out, that's why it's all blurry up front, but I kept putting my hand on there just to show that, you know, that Manta cover did a really good job at containing the heat. But yeah, this was just a quick video of the footage that I've gotten through the Iray so far. Again, it's a pretty big learning experience with this, and I still have a lot to learn on it, but I've just been playing around, taking it to shooting trips and playing with it with my friends, because yeah, I mean, for me, it's enjoyable, and I can't wait to learn it more. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on this thing. Thanks, guys.